और अब मणिपुर के मुख्यमंत्री एन बीरेन सिंह हमारे साथ जुड़ गए। डॉक्टर रॉय।
Oh, Mr. Biren Singh, thank you very, very much again for joining us and being with us tonight. We're trying to figure out what steps different governments are taking to include everybody and leave nobody behind. What are the problems what are the groups that you particularly need to include in your the vulnerable parts of your population that really need to be extra taken care of?
I'm glad that you are talking today about leaving no one behind. It is a matter very close to my heart.
Right.
The first few major initiatives taken up by our government after 2017 were principally based on the foundation of bringing about inclusive development in Manipur. Ambitious outreach programs like Go to Hills and Go to Village were launched. These programs reflects our commitment to bridge the emotional and the developmental gaps that unfortunately existed between communities for a long time in the state of Manipur. Program like Hill Leaders Day and the People's Day were also taken up. They provided opportunities to better understand the grievances of the common people. They brought the government closer to the people. In the response to grievances during this program, pioneering social sector scheme like Chief Minister Gi Haksel Gi Tengbang, which is the Chief Minister Health Card, was launched to provide healthcare assurance to the vulnerable peoples. Chief Minister Gi Sotarabasing Gi Tengbang, help for the weaker section, was another such scheme launched to extend support to the differently abled elders and widows. And another is the school Fagadansi, that has improved the schools and the education system. This scheme was also an outcome of Go to Village mission. It was introduced with an objective to give renewed trust towards improving government, schools, both in terms of manpower and physical infrastructure.
Thank you so much, Biren Singh ji. What would you say to people watching people in Manipur about the simple things that they can do in their own spaces to ensure inclusion, equity, and that nobody is left behind, because that's one of our mottos of today's program, leave no one behind.
As mentioned earlier, the government has taken up various initiatives to bring about inclusive development. We are committed and we will continue our efforts in the future too. However, it is important to mention that realization of the vision of inclusive development has to be a collective effort. Every responsible citizens, local community, civil society organization, clubs, Mahira Paibi organization, etc., have a role to play. They can contribute to ensure that the efforts of the government is meaningful. I therefore urge to all to make it a Jan Andolan by doing their bit every day. Each one of us can help in creating greater awareness on inclusion and equality. Each one of us can contribute to dealing with the associated challenge.